TIFU by not heating my husband's dinner for him. My sweet grandmother brought over a Tupperware of soup. I ate half. Meh. Then it sat for a week. I was running late to meet friends, so I didn't have time to dine with my husband. I reminded him about the soup and that my grandmother would ask how he liked it, so he should have it before it went bad. When I got home, I asked if he'd finally eaten it. He said he had the whole thing, but it was really gross. I agreed the soup wasn't my favorite and suggested he finish it sooner next time. When I opened the fridge to make lunch today, the soup was still in there. I got frustrated and asked my husband why he'd lie about finishing it. He insisted he had, so I pulled the soup out and confronted his lie. Wait, that's the soup? Then what did I eat? Quote, "It turns out my husband finished off bone broth that I made for my dog, with leftovers from Thanksgiving that I forgot to throw out months ago. Needless to say, he wished I'd tossed the broth back in December or at least had time to warm up dinner last night. TLDR. TIFU by not cleaning out his fridge and assuming my husband could tell the difference between forgotten months-old leftovers and my grandmother's cooking, and that he'd stop eating once he realized his mistake." Is your husband a Labrador Retriever? Or perhaps a Golden? Sounds like you can. Maybe slowly wean him onto dry kibble. A can of sardines and some shredded carrot in his bowl once a week should be enough to provide fiber. What is he like at taking vitamins and worming tablets? Can you just mix it in his food or do you have to hide it in peanut butter? I'm just wondering how old your husband was when y'all got married and how he survived before you showed up? I mean, this sounds like it's all on him. This is definitely not your foo. If it had been in the fridge that long, it's on him for not noticing. Your husband should be the one writing the TIFU, not you. He's a grown man. He can heat up his own soup and stop when the soup he's eating tastes rotten. Failed at the sniff test. Okay, that was way better than what I expected from the title. Hilarious. But maybe you should put dates on things in the fridge so your hubby doesn't give himself food poisoning. If it tasted bad, why did he finish it? There is a big difference between something tasting bad and something tasting rotten, spoiled. It's not your fault. Wow, sounds like he's in the doghouse! Exclamation mark. GIF. The toilet is done for rip. And this is not your fault. There's no way he didn't notice a bowl of bone broth in the fridge since November. Not a problem that you didn't hear his food. But yikes for preparing food and keeping it in the fridge for long enough to basically rot out. How would he, or anyone else stopping in the fridge, know it was not safe to eat? Label it or discard it in a timely manner. Blue painter's tape and a Sharpie are your husband's friend. Then you can write dates on your Tupperware without tape residue being left on or have the date wipe off before you pull the leftovers out. This has saved me many times from eating questionable meats. This is so something that would happen between my husband and I, rolling on the floor laughing. Are you married to a 2-year-old? Most adults can heat their own soup, even clean out the fridge occasionally. Shared responsibility. This is not your foo.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.